Hello everyone. This is a simple tutorial about how to debug MapReduce programs using IntelliJ. We don't have locally installed Hadoop on this machine, but we are going to use the MapReduce APIs to debug our program. Make sure you have IntelliJ and Java installed on your machine right now, and make sure you're able to get the output of this command. Let's check if we have the Java underscore home environment variable set up. Yes, it is set up. If it is not set up, then you can use a command called as libexec java underscore home on a Mac machine, and it gives you the output. So you can just open up your bash underscore profile and you can export that for your session. Now we just need to reload this file, and now every time you open a new terminal, your java underscore home environment variable will be set. Let's quickly get started with IntelliJ. Here we are going to create a Maven project instead of a Java project so that we can use the dependency management system of Maven. You don't have to select any of these archetypes. These are nothing but some templates for some of the commonly used pom.xmls. Group ID is something similar to your package name, so let's get started with something sample.mr. Artifact ID is nothing but the name of your program, so in this case let's do a simple word count program. We don't have to change the version. That's the program. It says that we already have a project with that name, so let's just change the name of this, word count demo. There we go. And before we begin this, just to show something about what Maven does, Maven basically makes use of two repositories. One is the remote repository, other one is the local repository. The local repository consists of all the jars that it downloads and stores on your local machine under a directory called as .m2. It's in your home directory. So right now I am in my home directory, but I don't see the directory here. Now, as soon as we create a project and the pom.xml loads, we'll see that a directory will be created here where it's going to store all the repositories. So there we go. This is our pom.xml. Let's put our source in the view. So this is another option, a quick tool that Maven provides, is that as soon as you make changes to your pom.xml, you can command Maven to automatically import those jars from the remote repositories. So hence I'm just going to click enable auto import, and we see that it's downloading some plugins and all the dependencies that are required. So once that is done, we can get started with creating a package. Let's call it com.sample.mr. Now let's see what Maven has downloaded for us. You can see that there is a directory now called as .m2. Let's look at the contents of m2. You can see that it has already downloaded these dependencies and plugins which are required for the Maven build project. Let's create a simple Java file. Let's call it word count. And let's quickly grab the word count sample program from the official Apache Hadoop site. I'm just going to quickly copy the program from the official site. And I'm going to paste it in my word count.java. Notice that we see a lot of errors saying these dependencies have not been satisfied. So to do that, we just have to start including some dependencies and tell Maven that our program is going to be dependent on the following modules. So let's start adding by some dependencies, and IntelliJ provides you some quick help with that. So one of the artifact IDs that we need for running a basic word count program would be hadoop-core, and the group ID is where to find it. So that is r.apache.hadoop. Also, we need to mention the version so that it picks up the right updated version. Right now it's 1.2.1. This is what is distributed by the central repositories, and you can see that it has started downloading some of the dependencies of word count demo. We need to give it some time so that it downloads the dependencies in the background. So while it downloads, we can create some run configurations. So for that, you just need to click here and click on edit configurations. Oh, it does not allow us to do any other options while it's downloading the module. So let's just wait for all the modules to be downloaded. All right. Let's create a simple configuration for this. Create an application. Your main class would be the word count along with the package name. And this is an important step that you need to provide program arguments, the input directory and the output directory. And that is all. That is all you need. You can just give it a name that it's going to be a standalone mode. And now let's just quickly have a look at what Maven downloaded for us. You can see that it has downloaded hadoop-core. So some of these jars have been downloaded. All right, now we are all set to run our program. You see that the errors are resolved now. You just need to put a few breakpoints. Let's just put a breakpoint in the map and the reduce. And before we begin running this program, we need to provide the input directory that we promised Maven. So let me go to the directory where I have the program. And let me create a directory here. Within this directory, I'm just creating a sample file which consists of a few records for which you want to do the word count. And make sure you don't have any output directory, because if the output directory already exists, the program will complaints for that. And we're all set for that. Now let's begin debugging. There we go. We see that the debugger has stopped in the map function. The first one is the offset, that is 0, and the value is the first word that we have on the line 1. Let's proceed with this. And we have the second word on line 2 with the offset 4. That's the second NEU. Let's just continue. And this is the third word. That's the fourth one, the fifth. And now we are in the reducer for all the values related to the key NEU. So we iterate to them and we have seen that it has already calculated the sum as 3. It's going to set the sum as 3 and it's going to write NEU and 3. And we're back again with the record. For the record, it's occurring 2 times and hence the sum is 2, and hence we are going to write that 2 and it's going to exit the program. Now we just need to head back and look that we have a directory called as output here and it has a file called part.r. So that's our output file, NEU3 and record 2. So the list of dependencies can be more. You can add more than this, as some of the common dependencies are Hadoop client, Hadoop common, and other dependencies, but this is the bare minimum and this is sufficient for any MapReduce program to work. And before you run this again, you just need to make sure that you delete this directory and then run the program again. Otherwise, you'll face some of the errors from IntelliJ. It complains that the output directory already exists. Thank you.